Hey there! If you're new, my name is Janelle. I am a hairstylist and nail tech in Montana, and today I'm going to be sharing 5 tips on how I get my best Pinterest-worthy curls. Enjoy!
All right, so let's jump in here. First tip, always use a heat protectant. I'm using Kenra's Platinum Color Charge Spray Serum. And if you guys don't know what a heat protectant is, it just helps to minimize the amount of damage you're doing to your hair every time you heat style. And since I have a lot of hair, you'll see me go through in a couple of layers just so that I'm getting it on all of my hair. So my next tip is somewhat related to the first, but it's so important that I wanted to give it its own time slot. Control the amount of heat you use. I cannot stress how important this is. Doesn't matter how much heat protectant you use, if you're turning your flat iron or your curling iron up as high as it goes, you are doing unnecessary damage to your hair. Now, to figure out how much heat you really need to use, it's a little bit of trial and error, but to give you a reference point to start from, I have a medium textured hair with a little bit of wave naturally. So it's not super fine, it's not super coarse, and I usually use a temperature setting of around 375. So if you have really fine hair, I would start at a lower temperature, and I honestly never recommend going over 400 degrees. There's really not very many instances when it would be helpful. So I always say the least amount of heat you can use to get the job done is the amount of heat that you should be using. As you can see on my curling iron here, you can adjust this little dial to the exact temperature you want. I personally don't like tools that just have a low, medium, high setting. So tip number 3 is to leave your ends out. This not only protects the fragile ends of your hair, but it also keeps you from getting super tight ringlets. I typically leave out about 2 to 4 inches, depending on the day. Tip number 4, brush your curls at the right time. How do you know what the right time is? This is going to be dependent on what type of curls you want to achieve. Wherever your hair cools is where it is most likely to stay. So, if you're looking for looser waves, you want to finger brush your curls through as you're curling them while they're still warm so that they will loosen up and be softer. If you're looking to achieve a more tight, defined, long-lasting curl, you want to wait until they're completely cool before you finger brush them through. I like my curls to last as long as possible, so I waited till the one side was cool enough and I could brush through that, and then I went over to the other side, and at that point it felt like it was cool enough, so I went ahead and brushed through those as well. My last tip is to tame the frizz. For this, you can use most any dry oil type products and just run it through the ends, and I even put a little bit through the top just because I fight frizz there especially. And I used the Mistress Hydrating Balm by IGK. I love this stuff in my hair. It works super well to cut down frizz and make your hair picture perfect. And there you have it. 5 tips to get your Pinterest-worthy curls.
As always, I will link my Instagram and any products I mentioned down below. I hope you have a good one. Bye.